Road breach.
What is it, Castle?
I have a new video suggestion for you.
Oh, really? What came up?
A blast from the past in the form of small soldiers war for Nekron.
Small soldiers? Like that movie from 1998?
It seems to be the same concept, just revamped.
Castle, you did good. This ought to make a great video.
One of my many reasons why I'm here.
Hey everyone, Road Breach here, and today we're talking about Small Soldiers War for Nekron. I gotta say, in the age of relying on old material and reimaginings, I still didn't think anyone would come back to Small Soldiers. But here we are 25 years later with Nekron Studios working on something with a reimagining of the concept. But before we continue, I think I may need to explain what Small Soldiers is, because I am very certain that a good chunk of you may not have heard of this movie. Small Soldiers is a 1998 action movie about two factions of toys which turn sentient after being programmed with a military microprocessor, putting two families in danger when one faction ultimately turns lethal. Personally, I think it's a fun watch, even if the premise is a little bit hard to swallow. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't hear about this movie, because after doing some research, I learned that this movie barely made its budget back. So seeing Small Soldiers come back in a way like this is pretty crazy to me. But then again, Starship Troopers also came back with a video game, so I guess it's not that crazy. So without further ado, let's do this. This trailer tells us that this is a proof of concept and that this isn't what the final product will look like. First thing I notice is that Chip Hazard, the main character of the Commando faction, is nowhere to be seen, and is instead replaced with Ray Razor of the Space Elites. I already feel like this isn't as good of a name as Chip Hazard, because those first two syllables of her name I feel don't make her name flow that well. That said, I do think she has a good design, and holy crap, her gun can shoot. And instead of Archer, we get Cotton Emissary, who looks far more like a bad guy than Archer. Speaking of which, much like the Commandos from the movie, the other Space Elites have crazy looking faces that make it seem like the same dynamic that was present in the movie is going to be present here, where the characters that are supposed to be the good guys are actually the villains of the story. In the movie, the Gorgonites were originally pitched as the good guys, but when the Commando Elites are pitched, the CEO decides to make the Gorgonites the bad guys to the Commando Elites. The Gorgonites also had wildly different designs from one another. The Necronites, on the other hand, look far more unified with their designs and color scheme. I quite like what they've done with the Necronites. They look really cool, and this one even has little minions that look just as playable as the others. All of these figures in general look like really cool toys. That said, it seems like this game is trying to make us root for the Necronites like the movie did with the Gorgonites. Ray clearly has the intent to kill any Necronite she sees. Ray breaks out of her box, she walks over to the box with Necronites, tears it open, and despite being outnumbered, she still runs across the room to kill them and wastes ammo out of anger that she can't kill Cotton. Whereas the only thing that Cotton does is order his troops to retreat and leave the storage room. All these things tell me that the Space Elites may be the good guys in the context of being toys, but they're going to be the antagonists in the context of the story. As for what kind of game this is going to be, I have no idea. I do think it could be a shooter, considering plenty of the characters have guns, but I'm definitely just spitballing with that one. And thanks to the power of the Unreal 5 engine, this trailer looks great. I love the little imperfections on Ray's face, the way these things move, and the excellent lighting makes it clear that Nekron Studios really wanted to impress people with this proof of concept, which I definitely am. Overall, I'm intrigued by this trailer, and I'm curious to see what they do with the concept. Here's hoping that they pull off whatever they have planned. But what do you think of this concept trailer? Are you excited to see what this team makes? Are you happy to see the return of Small Soldiers? Let's discuss it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and gotta zoom.